Kumar. This is Hot Mode, and today we are going to be talking about something that was requested, and I will read the request. It was sent in by Clueless Val on Instagram. She Instagram DM'd me. You can follow me on Instagram at Hot Mode, the same as like my thing here. And so she said, I saw your video and like 3 minutes ago, and I loved it. You should do a video on street style and its rise, and now the hype over Vetements, and a couple of other things. But I thought I would talk about Vetements because it's kind of very relevant today. So let's just get started, just, discuss the history of it. So I believe it was in 2014 the brand Vetements came to fruition. It was started by a man named Dina Gvasalia and his older brother. I can't remember his name. It's like Gurung or some sort of name like that. I know that they're from Georgia, which is a country in Eastern Europe, and Dina was working at Louis Vuitton under Marc Jacobs, and he said that it was very tough there, and so he decided that he would start this brand that kind of was exactly what it means. And Vetements in French means clothing, and I think if you've seen any of their collections or if you've heard of them, you've kind of realized that their clothing really is not complicated. It's nothing like haute couture. It's not even really like ready to wear. It's just, kind of like sportswear, but it's kind of like a mockery of sportswear, and it's kind of like a mockery of the fashion industry as a whole. I've been like putting some pictures in here. But I think that it's very interesting because the brand was picked up by, I think, younger men and women. And I think that's how it started to really become popular. It's kind of like a Supreme story, I guess, is what I would think of it as. It was just this it was like a sweatshirt, and it said like Vetements, and it was meant to look like a champion sweatshirt, and it all kind of just like it's really blown up. And I'm sure that you guys have definitely seen it. And I know that like they've done t-shirts that are about the messenger company DHL. And another big thing about Vetements is the idea that their clothing is very expensive. A t-shirt is about $330. And that's really, really expensive. I know like their sweatshirts are like $1,000 or something like that. It's really, really quite expensive things. And I remember at first I was like, oh my god, I like want it, like it's so funny, like I love it. And then I realized it's a sweatshirt. And I feel like sometimes like this brand is like a social experiment to see how much are people in the fashion industry willing to pay to be cool and like to be like in like on trend and stuff like that, and like to buy into this hype that's going on. I certainly am not buying into the hype. I really don't. It's not like I don't care. But people are really, really paying a lot of money to buy these clothes, and I find it very, very interesting that people are actually doing this. It is quickly becoming like the street star trend of, fashion. I know that like you probably have seen the Vetements rain jacket, which was kind of insane. It like sold out as soon as it was dropped at places like Dover Street Market. They have a whole section at the Dover Street Market in New York. It's really been a takeover, and I know that Dina has since the brand kind of blew up, is now the creative director of Balenciaga, and I think you can accredit it to all of the hype around his brand Vetements. And I don't know how long he's gonna be at Balenciaga. I've been like watching a lot of Show Studio. If you don't know what Show Studio is, it's like these panels that was started by this photographer Nick Knight, and it's really amazing. They bring in all these different like fashion intellectuals and they discuss things. Sorry. And so I was watching like a Show Studio panel, and they were talking about it, and they were saying that Dina's idea of Balenciaga is actually very true to what Balenciaga was when it like first came out. And so I mean, I liked the clothing. I thought it was nice. It wasn't anything really crazy or insane, but it's his first collection. I didn't think it was horrible. Normally I think a lot of first collections were quite disgusting, but I think his first collection was quite good. So that is like a whole nother faction of the idea of Vetements and how it has really bumped him up. And so I was talking to a friend who actually works at a boutique where they sell Vetements, and he was saying that the brand has these really high prices only because the brand won't last. The hype will only last so long, and once the hype dies, it's dead. Like, it won't come back. So they're trying to get as much money in now and trying to make as much as possible by selling these t-shirts because they know people will actually buy them. And then when the brand dies, they'll have made all of this money. And he was also telling me that's the same way with a lot of like graduate collections. If you guys don't know what graduate collections are, it's like once students from like schools like Parsons and Central St. Martin finish, sometimes they're graduate collections because that's what they do, like for their like final project is a graduate collection, so maybe like 8 to 10 pieces that they have to make. Those things will get picked up and they will charge a really insane amount of money because they know that they need to make as much money off of these things as possible. And I think, I also remember in Show Studio they were saying that a lot of older people were buying Vetements because they could afford it because they want to be young again. And I think that's true, but I also really think that the brand is it's kind of like the new Kanye like Yeezy thing. Like, it's just like one of those trends. Something that I think the brand is very disappointing in both Balenciaga and Vetements is the fact that neither shows for their Autumn Winter 16-17 show casted a single model of color other than white. And I think that is literally just I don't know how you can do that. Like, it's not like you live in this perfect white world because that's not how it works. The world is not just white. Otherwise it would be so fucking boring. We'd have to listen to like Mozart all day. But I think that the fact that there were no models of color in the show should be the brand should be boycotted. And I know that my friend was saying, he was saying that all of the people that come in and buy Vetements are not white people, it's all people of color. So why would you not, you know, represent a market that is a large part of your market? I just don't understand that in reality. And it's not like there's a lack of beautiful models of color, because there is not. There are so many beautiful models. Aya Jones, you know, Grace Bowl, Jordan Dunn, like there are so many, you know, Banks Walton, Yasani Brito, Linnazy Montero. There are so many gorgeous girls that could be working this brand, and it's ridiculous that they're not doing it. It's so ridiculous. I also forgot to mention Carly Weiss. I love Carly Weiss. But I don't know, it's just, I find that really ridiculous. So that is just my opinion on Vetements, so you will not be seeing me wear Vetements anytime soon, except if it's those star boot heels, because I fucking loved those. They were beautiful. But other than that, you really won't be seeing me wear that out and about. It's just not for me. I'd rather go to the Salvation Army and pay $5 for my sweatpants. So yeah, that's just my opinion. So that is my opinion on Vetements. So let me say thank you to Clueless Val for requesting that video. If you guys have any real requests that you want to, you can definitely Instagram DM me and I will talk about all of those requests. So with that, let me say thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you soon. I do apologize for the lack of videos previous and since a little bit back, so I am sorry about that. But you guys will be getting as many videos as you possibly need. So with that, let me say love you long time. TTYL.